Hi and welcome back to this guide. So we're now, have, obviously you've gone through all the steps and you've created your first Google form where you've transferred your paper-based registration form in terms of the questions and the information that you've been asking for onto this Google form. And we're now at the stage where obviously we've got all our sections. We want to see what it looks like for the parent and carer. We can brand it if we want. So if you want to brand it, you can go to customize theme here. We can choose an image to go at the top. So I'll just demonstrate as an example. You can upload your own image, but we'll use this one that's colorful. Just as an example, insert, and you'll see that'll come up at the top of the form. We could choose the theme, the color theme to match our organization. So if we didn't like that, we could turn it to blue, we could turn it to gray. And you can play around with, obviously it's got different font styles there. So that's how you can do a bit of creativity in terms of how it looks for the parent and carer. And when you want to come out of this, you just click the X. We've got an add-on which we have to pay for, and I'll just show you this, which is email notifications for Google Forms. And what that allows you to do is to set up a rule and enable notifications, limit form responses, restore license, and so on. So enable notifications, and this is Google Forms 17.0, and you can add a new rule. So I'm going to just show you what that does. And that just allows you to have a notification. Google kind of does this anyway. It's because our organization, we've got 6 adventure playgrounds. So obviously we've got various playwork managers who need to be notified if there's a new registration form, and admin staff and so on. So we can set different rules, but that's just something that you can look into. I won't go into detail in this clip, but just wanted to show you that. And then the main important bit, and what this clip really is about, is you've put all the hard work into doing your form and you want to see what it looks like for the users. So we go to the eye icon, and that gives us, so I'll just take you back to show you. So it's this eye icon here, which will open a new window, and we start to see now what the parent and carer or the person filling in the form would see. So obviously if it's got our branding, our logo, what we've called the form. So the first thing it's going to ask, so I'm just going to go through it, and this is how you test whether everything's right in the form. So you go through, fill out the form, see which bits it lets you choose before clicking next. So obviously there's a message coming up here, there's an email required. And now it should let me go to the next. Yeah. And then they're seeing, yep. So this is the reason why I kept putting register your child with Awesome at the top of each section. So they won't see section, but it allows the parent or carer to know that they're still in your form, the branding's still the same, and this title bit here, obviously Awesome Child Registration Form, and shows. So it's just the look of it, and you would fill in the name and so on. I'm not going to fill out the whole form, but this is the time where you would go through the form yourself to make sure that where there's a red star, obviously it means it's mandatory, you have to fill that in, and that you've got those sections right. When you've opened this and it's opened in a new window, you can always flip back to the old window and start to edit. So if you find a mistake or there's something that you don't want, you can go back to this, and whatever section it is, you can make the required. So if that's required and you didn't want it to be, you can turn that off. And if something's mislabeled, you can change it, and then that will show in the live form. The other thing that you can do, which I'm going to show you from your Google form, by going to the settings, which is this little cog at the top here, is you can set all this, which we did at the beginning of this guide, But in presentation, you can show progress bar. So if you wanted parents and carers to kind of see that, you know, what I mean, there's more pages and that they need to complete it all, you can click show progress bar, you can click save, and then I'll just show you now by clicking the next tab to show you the live view. If I refresh this page, you just see here, it just adds this little progress. So it says 1 of 12. It just means that way that the parent or carer, whoever's filling the form in, knows that, oh, there's 12 more sections. Some of them will be shorter, some of them will be longer. And if you're ever in this and you lose and you're not used to using tabs and you want to go back to edit mode, you can just click this and it will take you straight back into editing the form. So that's basically what I'd advise at this stage. You've completed the form, you've done most of the hard work in trying to get this form online, and you're now at the stage where you need to go through the form, make sure that it reflects everything that you wanted, that it looks and feels by obviously going to the preview, how you want it to see through parents and carers, and yeah, then you've got to the end of creating your first Google form for a registration. Hope to see you at the next clip.